I suppose you're going to tell me how you did it.
Think he wants to know? Doesn't seem like it.
Ray, you're on.
Warden, let's start from the top. Any break requires three things: knowing the layout, understanding the routine, and help from outside or in. If you know the layout, the weak side is obvious. In Ben Waters' case, it's the secure housing unit. The government expenditure was $17 million building that facility. It's state-of-the-art. The only problem is, it's located next to an unsecured fire garage. First, I needed to get inside, so I made some enemies. Once inside, it was obvious you were short-staffed. Federal guidelines recommend 2 guards are present when transferring high-risk inmates. You only use 1. Knowing the guard's routine was the next step. 30 seconds into my rec time, my CO took a smoke break. For 7 minutes every day, there were no eyes on me. 2, 3. After I knew the routine, all I had to do was pick the day and arrange for a distraction at the front gate for exactly 4 p.m.
But at this point, you were still locked inside a steel box. To get out, you had to have a key code.
You have very good chocolate milk. See, the cartons contain a thin layer of wax laminate. Lay it over the keypad. The impression will indicate which 4 keys were pressed. With the 4 keys, it's just a numbers game to identify the correct sequence. I just needed to get to the keypad. After I covered my tracks, I had 1 minute to make it to the fire response ship before the team did. I know the guys are still on the roof doing what they do, which is wasting time.
What the fuck are you saying?
And before you know it, I'm right where I want to be. Just in time to catch my ride.
Oh, yeah. This is courtesy of Frank Catton, new blackjack dealer at the Bellagio. Okay, bad news first. This place houses a security system that rivals most nuclear missile silos. First, we have to get within the casino cages, which anybody will tell you takes more than a smile. Next, through these doors, each of which requires a different 6-digit code changed every 12 hours. Past those lies the elevator. This is where it gets tricky. The elevator won't move without authorized fingerprint identification.
Which we can't fake.
And vocal confirmation from both the security system within the Bellagio and the vault below.
Which we won't get.
Furthermore, the elevator shaft is rigged with motion detectors.
Meaning if we were to manually override the lift, the shaft's exit would lock down automatically, and we'd be trapped.
Now, once we get down the shaft, though, then it's a piece of cake. Just 2 more guards with Uzis and the most elaborate vault door ever conceived by man. Any questions?
我们为什么不从地下挖个洞钻过去呢？
No, tunneling is out. There's sensors monitoring the ground 100 yards in every direction. If a groundhog were to nest there, they'd know about it. Anyone else?
You said something about good news?
Yeah. The Nevada Gaming Commission stipulates that a casino must hold in reserve enough cash to cover every chip it play on its floor. That means, on a weekday, by law, it has to carry anywhere between $60 and $70 million in cash and coin. On the weekend, between 80 and 90 million. On a fight night, like the one 2 weeks from tonight, the night that we're going to rob it, 150 million without breaking a sweat. Now, there are 11 of us, each with an equal share. So you do the math.
Exactly.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Say we get into the cage and through the security doors there, and down the elevator we can't move, and past the guards with the guns, and into the vault we can't open.
But I get to keep the equipment when we're done.
Luther, I guess you're all out of excuses.
Look, I just can't hack my way inside. See, there's no modem access to the mainframe. It's in what we call the standalone, which means I'd have to be physically at the terminal.
Relax, Luther. It's much worse than you think. The terminal is in a black vault lockdown. The only person allowed in the room has to pass through a series of security checks.
William Donlow.
The first is a voice print identification and a 6-digit access code. This only gets him into the outer room. Next, he has to pass a retinal scan. And finally, the intrusion countermeasures are only deactivated by a double electronic keycard, which we won't have. Now, inside the Black Vault, there are 3 systems operating whenever the technician is out of the room. The first is sound sensitive. Anything above a whisper sets it off. The second system detects any increase in temperature. Even the body heat of an unauthorized person in the room will trigger it if the temperature rises just a single degree. Now, that temperature is controlled by the air conditioning coming in through an overhead duct 30 feet above the floor. That vent is guarded by a laser net. The third system is on the floor and is pressure sensitive. The slightest increase in weight will trigger the alarm. And any one of these systems, if set off, will activate an automatic lockdown. Now, believe me when I tell you, gentlemen, all 3 systems are state-of-the-art.
And you really think we can do this?
We're going to do it.